gone to return all home, leaving friends and family to mourn. He died suddenly while attending to Dorothy. She say he died a hero. Plenty people don't know. When I saw Dr. G was dying, I took up like a jet plane. I run from Windsor to Balthazar before I find a driver. Was a nice man, was a loving man. He died with love and affection. While the woman speaking to me was to see how just begging she said he died happily while performing his surgery. She said was a safety man, he died with love in his hand. She said was a real tiger, he take the tablet with full power. The man was a hero, but plenty people don't know. When I saw Dr. G was dying, I took up like a jet plane. I ran from Windsor to Balthazar before I find a driver. Was a nice man, was a loving man. He died with love and affection. Despite what people might say, the best doctor that attend to me. Next thing I hear them saying, I was Dr. G, darling. Them people so terrible, spread me name all over Bellevue. Me and him I never go to bed. They say, oh, me husband glad dead. He died a hero, but plenty people don't know. When I saw Dr. G was dying, I took off like a jet plane. I run from Windsor to Balthazar before I find a driver. Was a nice man, was a loving man. He died with love and affection. Was a great physician, hot like a nutmeg in his profession. Was a very good charger, charging battery, he was the master. How could I forget he died while he sung in me. When my husband heard he dead, he take a drink and he shake his head. The man was a hero, plenty people don't know. When I saw Dr. G was dying, I took up like a jet plane. I run from Windsor to Balthazar before I find a driver. She said was a nice man, was a loving man. He died with love and affection. It could have happened to me, it could have happened to you. May Dr. G's soul rest in peace. A man can't walk in peace. They say how a turn in peace. A man don't deal with iniquity. Why they telling such a lie on me? Soon as me neighbor open door in the morning time, one song she singing all the time. They say me neighbor
neighbor making fire. They say the man is a vampire. They say the man is a Dracula.
They say that he coaching from Christopher. Who you referring to? I didn't talk to you, little Roo. They can't beat you. Oh, they can't beat you.
Everybody know you know Zopundo. Everybody know you know Zopundo.
I don't like the things some of them saying. Them school children say applying. My mama no believe in no kind of opium. Why they spoiling my bleeding info? They say I'm dealing with black magic. How I open me do with a mouth stick.
They say me neighbor making fire. They say the man is a vampire. They say the man is a Dracula.
They say you get the coaching from Christopher. Who you referring to? I didn't talk to you, legal Roo. They can't beat you. Oh, they can't beat you.
Everybody know you love Zopundo. Everybody know you love Zopundo.
As soon as the man here start to get gray, they say you open and do. Oh. The lying people prove it. It's hard for them to prove. They short in mind. I'm a man, I never use a razor. Now they calling me the night papa. I'm a man who believe in this kind of dancing. Now they calling me a moo sharply. They say I shaving, them women clean. Sticking their hair below the mansion.
They say the neighbor making fire. They say the man is a vampire. They say the man is a Dracula.
They say you get the coaching from Christopher. Who you referring to? I didn't talk to you, legal Roo. They can't beat you. Oh, they can't beat you.
Everybody know you know Zopundo. Everybody know you know Zopundo. They say me neighbor making fire. They say the man is a vampire. They say this man is a Dracula.
They say you get the coaching from Christopher. Who you referring to? I didn't talk to you, legal Roo. They can't beat you. Oh,
Oh, Grenada, playing for Grenada, Mama, oh. Ba-da-da-doy, ba-ba-dam-ba-doy, ba-ba-da-da-doy. The love I got down in me heart for my country, what can I express? So I always prepare to give him just the bless. No matter what the consequence might be, whether day or night, once it's all for the good of my country, I'm ready to fight. So me find it strange, but I never change my philosophy endures. Always country first, so I will climb over the highest wall when my country call. Hail, hail, Grenada. I'm playing. I always playing. Good God, I'm playing.
And good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott, and I shall be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
I'm playing. Good God, I'm playing.
I do hope all of you have had a wonderful day today. It's been a scorcher, yeah? It's been one of those extremely hot days. I know we are in a heat wave spell. Don't know how many of you saw the meteor shower this morning. Yeah, so usually around this time of year, there's the meteor shower. And if you're looking up to the skies, well, this morning, you had to be looking around 4-5 a.m. And there was a meteor shower. I was up, so I did get to see at least one shoot across.
I get an opportunity. Gone for the ride. They don't care if it's like.
You had to be looking a bit northeast towards the constellation Orion. Yeah, around Orion's belt. And so, yeah, the what do you call that one again? Yeah, the name eludes me right now. Yeah.
What?
But around Orion's belt, that area there, yeah. If you know your stars and thing, yeah.
Dangers of the minds on the playing field. But when he come down to the local game.
And folks, from some of the information we have been getting, it does seem as though we will be having a particularly dry period in the next couple months, yeah.
That's why I'm playing.
So conserve water as much as you can, yeah.
Good God, I'm
Okay, it seems as though in the rainy season we're going back into a dry season, which doesn't feature well for the rainy season, the dry season afterwards, does it? Yeah.
I keep
But you know there is the El Nino out there, and it is affecting the weather patterns. So you may find days like today were extremely hot. So you have to pay attention. Yeah, pay attention. Make sure that you put what you have to put in place to conserve water.
Oh, mama.
Because one of the things, you could do without electricity, you could do without your mobile, you could do without your internet, all of that. You cannot do without water. Yeah, that's one thing you can't survive without.
When you see me with me son, me hammer.
You may be uncomfortable without electricity or without internet and that, but you will not survive not having water.
Got to listen to the words of my granny, and she always said, from the doctor to the sanitary worker, they have a part to play.
Also, I do know they've been watching some weather systems out there. Nothing to be too alarmed about. That they assume will be bringing some rain over the weekend into early next week.
But my investment,
Best we do some weather reports at the beginning of Talking Points, you never know.
all the Isle of Spice. Hey,
A good night to all listeners listening via We Noise Radio, We Noise TV.
yes, man, that's why I'm
All of you listening via YouTube, all of you listening via Facebook tonight.
in.
We do say a special good night to each and every one of you, the Talking Points family.
Grenada. Yes, man, I always play.
And let me just get a quick rundown of who is under the various lives here. Let me see who is under the YouTube. And let me just go over there quickly. And Shrajan, John, Alban Harris, Ruth Chitterman, Yolan Pariag, Vanessa Lalji, Jackie Raymond, Gavin Thomas, and let me see, Michelle Alexander, Anne-Marie Grant, Mr. B, Clive Raymond, Ruth Chitterman, Jefferson Hagley, Gillian Noel, Janice Mitchell, Sky, Adrian Watts, good night, Mrs. Watts, Carol Belfon, Anastasia Peterson, Kathleen Ledlow, Dalton Strawn, good night to you. Jillian Williams, Jill, good night to you, Jill. Antonito, what's up, bro? Cicely Celestine, Dolores Redhead, Jacinta Livingston, good night to you, Miss Livingston. I do hope you've had a wonderful day today, wonderful lady. Kathleen Knights, the beautiful, the wonderful. Yes, Kathleen Knights, good night to you. Bernadette Joseph, Carib Spice, MJ, Marilyn Ferguson, good night to you. And let me see, Alice, I see Bernadette Joseph, good night to you as well. Sharon Felix, I see Joyce Lewis, Kathleen Ledlow, good night to you. Cindy Thomas, Monica Jeremiah, good night to you. And let me see, who else is there? Lorraine Brazan, good night to you. Faithlin Halley Douglas, good night. Dominic Antoine, Oswald Belfont, Jocelyn Matheson, Augustine Bridgman, good night to you, Mrs. Matheson, and of course to a special good night to you, Mr. Matheson, over there in Carriacou. I feel I have to come in Carriacou one of these days soon, before the end of next week. I think I have to come in Carriacou, Yeah, in fact, I know I had to come in Carriacou. I should have been in Carriacou since last week. Yeah, I had to come and touch, you know, just had to come every now and I touch the land, yeah. So I had to come in Carriacou. Ricardo, good night to you. And yeah, let me see, Augustine Bridgman, good night to you. And good night to you, Senator, the Honorable Norland Cox, out there in Carriacou, keeping the flag flying. Yes, indeed. Doing an excellent job. That girl down there. My good friend Lulu, good night to you, my dear. And I hope you're having a wonderful one. The listeners over in Petit Martinique, Maxan, and good night to Daddy out there in Petit Martinique as well. My good cousin up on the hill, good night to you, my brother. And all of you out there, the listeners, Sherma, all the listeners over there in Petit Martinique, we say a special good night to each and every one of you.
Yes, man.
And to the listeners on Facebook, good night to you as well. Let me see what now. To me, I'm on Facebook there. Good night to you, Mr. Handsome. Yeah, good night to you and Mommy. Hope you're having a good night tonight. Yes, and let me see. Enoch Bain, good night to you. Leroy St. Paul, Wendy Telesford. Reverend Cox, good night to you. I know you're getting ready for Parang, but I hear people playing Parang today, all kind of thing already. Sherry Lambert and Walan Akwat, Enid Dekoto, Dana Abraham, Jamari, and T. Good night to you. Tesha Colemore, Dylan Pierre, Shirley Lacrantinito Peters, good night to you over there. Junior George, yeah, the other Junior George, not that one. Junior George, good night to you. Errol Bonaparte, Nancy, Wendy Ann McGuire, good night to you. And good night to the Frederick family. Wonderful people. Good night to each and every one of you. Unstoppable Truth Mitchell, good night to you, my dear. John Mark, Cynthia B, good night to all of you, and I do hope that you all have been having a fabulous day and will continue. Moms Samuel, good night to you. Clock it. Fado, good night to you. And I see Shoma Alexander, I see you on the inside too. Good night to you. And good evening to the Giza. Giza, me and you are talking a little while. Giza, me and you are talking a little while, you know. Serious thing. Yeah. The man go in where you going now? Qatar now. You had to give me the Qatari prices and so. You give me the Dubai prices. You had to give me the Qatari prices in a while. But we go come to that. We haven't reached there yet. Yes, so good morning to you, Giza. Good morning to you, Irvin, and all of the UK listeners. We say a special good morning to you. Those of you listening live right now after 1, 2 in the morning, and those of you who will be listening as soon as you awake and you tune in and you're listening to Talking Points, we say a good night and a good morning to each and every one of you.
I'm always playing for Team Grenada, and that's a fact.
And let me say a special good night to the political leader of the new National Party, incoming Prime Minister, the Honorable Emlyn Pear. Tough, good night.
Mama hoy, oh mama hoy.
And let me give a special good night to all of the listeners who are usually overseas but are here in Grenada and have reached out. They just, Shalan, we listen to you all the time. They see, why, Shalan, I just wanted to talk to you. I just want to tell you, keep it up. And so on. I just want to say a special thank you to each and every one of you.
Yet for all I wouldn't shed a tear or refuse to try, even though they continue to drink like the water boy. So me say
Yeah, Martin, good night to you and your lovely wife.
jolly the range, but on the contrary, Califo is a part of me.
Auntie Doreen, good night to you.
So in spite of all the scars I got, I must play my part. Hey,
Angela Lendor, I see you on the inside. Good night to you.
so deep.
Solomon, don't think I forget you, Good night, Solo.
I always playing, good God I'm playing for Team Grenada. Yes, man.
And folks, every now and again, we have to ask some questions because there are certain things that have happened in this country that we can't leave just out in the open. We require answers. We require responses. And again, as I said several times during the day today to multiple persons, I always miss my good friend Linda Streak. And I think until my time, which is in 100 years from now, when I'm ready to go, I'll continue to call her name as well. And I always miss her because I know she was one of the people that kept governments, not just this government, but governments, on their toes. She was one of those persons that always kept all of the different institutions on their toes because you had to have her information for her. And if you didn't have it when she asked for it, she would remember to ask you for it afterwards. So she always kept everyone on their toes. Yeah? And let me ask, what is the present situation? We know on the 23rd of this month, the family of the late Senator Nealon Franklin, they will be having an activity in his memory. It's going to be taking place out there in Brizan. That's on the 23rd. It's going to be starting at 6:30 p.m. And if you want a t-shirt, yeah? If you want a t-shirt for that activity, because that's on a Sunday, right? So yeah, it's a Sunday. I could make that, man. Yeah, it's a Sunday. It's not during the week when, it's a Sunday. So you can call 418-3155-3155 if you want to get one of the t-shirts so you could be part of the entire gathering in remembrance of the late Senator Nealon Franklin. And while we are quickly approaching the 1-year anniversary of his passing, we are still yet to hear anything further regarding a coroner's inquest. We did hear all of the hullabaloo from the government where they wrongly had the Director of Public Prosecutions, the acting Director of Public Prosecutions, who was on that RGPF press conference and who was speaking as regards that case, as well as the case of Andrew Frederick, and saying that both cases are closed. We've had various developments regarding the Andrew Frederick case. The body has now been exhumed. For those of you who are unaware, his mortal remains have been exhumed and have been sent to the UK as requested by Scotland Yard. He was, at the time of his death, a citizen, and I dare say murder, he was a citizen of the United Kingdom. And as such, Scotland Yard has become involved in the case. The same case that Grenada say they are not known, Scotland Yard has become involved in that case. So his remains have been exhumed. They have been sent to the UK for forensic analysis, which process is presently going on. And we know that when you talk Scotland Yard, you're talking about the gold standard by which all other police services are measured. Yeah? You're talking the gold standard. When you talk Scotland Yard, you're talking the best of the best of the best. Yeah? So they are on that particular case because, again, the Royal Grenada Police Force continues to maintain that in this instance, it is not a murder, while those in the know, including former police officers, including the pathologists, etc., are saying, yes, this is not a case of death by misadventure or anything like that. This is a pure case of murder. So Scotland Yard has now become involved in the case as well and are doing their own independent investigations into this matter. Yeah? Okay, it can't be a case, and I won't go into the details here, but it can't be a case of the individual being found in the state that they were found in, yeah, and various other things that were reported as happening at that point in time. For instance, you have neighbors who said they heard certain noises and so, and these neighbors to this day have never been interviewed by the local authorities. But now Scotland Yard is involved. Yeah, we have the situation with the late Senator Nealon Franklin, where again, as you have heard from former Attorney General Cadgington Hood, that the proper procedure in a matter such as that has not occurred. And I dare say in the same situation with Andrew Frederick, that this has not occurred, that there was supposed to be a coroner's inquest. In other words, the police officers were supposed to report to the coroner, who is the chief magistrate for the district. They are supposed to report to them that this death has taken place, and the coroner is supposed to have cause an investigation to take place regarding that death. That has not taken place. Now, after Mr. Cadgington Hood, I still like to call him the Honorable Cadgington, but right after Mr. Cadgington Hood has put them on blast regarding this issue, we were told in that press conference, which was 2 months ago, that there will be a coroner's inquest regarding that matter, and all of a sudden it gone silent again. So like we always have to talk, we always have to say something, we always have to make noise or shake a pan, we always have to drag a bench, we always have to make some sort of noise for something to happen. So we await to hear from the authorities what is taking place regarding the coroner's inquest into the death of the late Nealon Franklin. We also wait to hear, because we only heard of coroner's inquest regarding Nealon Franklin. We have not heard of any coroner's inquest regarding Andrew Frederick. And now it has gotten to the case that Scotland Yard has decided to investigate in Grenada Yard. Not in Scotland, they're coming in Grenada Yard now and investigate this particular matter, because it cannot be a case where there is the possibility. In both cases, you cannot have murderers running free. You can't have that. You have to do everything to ensure, everything possible to ensure that the murderers, quote unquote murderers, of these two young men are found and properly dealt with. Okay, if they do it once and they get away, they're going to feel they could do it again and again and again and get away. So the bottom of this has to be found. Yeah, we must get to the bottom of this. Again, the authorities have done several things wrong. That has been pointed out. There are prior programs where that was dealt with. In fact, I think I may put one of those programs back in circulation tonight again with the 24-hour live that you see. May put one of that on tonight so that you all will be able to hear again directly from the former Attorney General what should have been done. Even the mere fact of the Director of Public Prosecutions being on that press conference was wrong. That is not his job. That is not his, he's not an investigative officer. That is not his job. So he had no right to be there. So there are several missteps that have taken place. So we need an update on what is taking place. The Royal Grenada Police Force have not updated us in relation to any of these matters. And we need updates regarding these things. We need updates regarding, so I'm going on to the different issues here, and then I'll open the phone lines. We need updates regarding infrastructural projects in the state of Grenada. Come in and scrape up and repave the road close to the airport so that all the thousands of visitors that may have come in for the carnival season and going back out, go see and say, yeah, the government walk in, is simply aesthetic. It is simply cosmetic. Road, you see traffic back up, the government doing real work. And people looking at that and saying, okay, the government working. Go and see the roads, the inside roads in some places in Grenada. Go and see the main road in some places and go countryside. Go on. You go see road. Meanwhile, the pothole truck seems to have taken up permanent residence in St. David. Because the Prime Minister, for whatever reason, seems to be quite scared, and another reason is a lady by the name of Nolene, quite scared of his chances when he calls the election. So he's trying to make sure that he shores himself up within the constituency of St. David. So the pothole truck, much spoken about, is now permanently housed, it seems, in St. David. Best to just paint on it St. David pothole truck. But then again, since he wasn't fixing any pothole for the last few years, yeah, he wasn't fixing them. He wasn't fixing any pothole in St. David for the last few years. So you need a lot of fixing up there too, and big. But still, you have the south of the island, where you have the most traffic, the highest volume of traffic. And when they're trying to do potholes here, what do? They wait until during the carnival season when you have a lot of people coming in and a lot of people going out, because not everybody takes part in carnival. Some people leave the island during carnival. So there are a lot of people coming in and a lot of people going out, and then a lot of the people that are coming in, going out. And that is the time you decide that you're going to send those trucks out to the asphalt and the people with the spade and boots to go and pave the road out in the different areas. I have nothing against the people with the spade and boots. My only problem is all it doesn't pay them. I'm pretty sure it has some of them waiting for money from since Christmas still. Those road crews, they're not getting the money. Pay the people the money. Pay the road crews the money. Yeah? I like to talk about money. Pay the road crews the money. The people are not being paid. They have family to mind too. They have children to send to school in a couple of weeks too. If I could make up which date school opening on, because 1 minute is the 31st of August, next is the 1st of September, now is the 31st of August. So we go in with the 31st of August. Yeah, our children will be there on the 31st of August, yeah? But then I'll go on to say, well, you go to school in August and the children have to answer yes. Yeah? So we ask ourselves, what is taking place with infrastructure? We saw the Prime Minister, and I was very disappointed in two particular journalists. The others, no. I was disappointed in my good friend Hamlet Mark and my other good friend Kalishra Faria. Yeah, they're my good friends. At least I consider them to be friends. Yeah, but I was very, very upset with them that they would have attended a press conference with the opportunity to ask the Prime Minister certain questions, and that he uses that opportunity to say, we only stick into this particular issue, the oil and gas issue. We're not going on to any other issues. What do you mean you're not going on to any other issues? There are many issues to which the Grenadian people deserve answers, and you have to give the answers. We ain't begging you for answers. You have to give the answers. If you don't want to give the answers, demit office and go. Is we are working for you. You see, there's this misconception within the minds of the present NDC administration that we, the Grenadian people, working for them. They don't seem to understand that whether you're Prime Minister or Minister, Parliamentary Secretary or Senator within the administration, you're working for we. I've always understood that. Even when in Parliament, I've always understood I'm working for the people. So when somebody calls you Christmas Day and starts talking, and Mr. Scott, oh gosh, and I'm talking about when I was in the Senate here, you had people calling me Christmas Day. I don't know how they find my number. They call Mr. Scott. You know, I'm looking for a job. Is there anything you could do? You had to understand, one, that for that person to pick up the phone and call you on Christmas Day means that they're having a really bad Christmas. It means that they probably have children looking at them, that they seen the neighbors give children playing with toys in the yard and theirs have nothing. That thing's real bad with them. Yeah? And you can't just say, well, I ain't talking to you. You have to talk to them. You have to interact with them. You have to have the emotional intelligence to understand that this person is really paining. You might be happy and all good, and your children around you and your family around you, and presents sharing left and right, and food cooking and the oven hot right now, everything. But this person may have nothing, and they have that trust in you to call you and speak to you about it on the day that it hurts them most. So you can't just avoid them and hang up the phone on them and I ain't talking to you. You have to have the emotional intelligence to know how to interact with people in those situations. And if possible, how can you help the people in those situations? But this government, they have the attitude that they're in charge. That is why, from what I'm hearing, the allegations that I'm hearing right now is of a senator cursing police again. So it seems as when it comes to the government ministers, they have a problem with the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, because here in Carnival Monday night, I hear in a particular senator who name calling in another issue. Yes, she name calling another issue. I hearing that senator cuss up a police. What in detail? Don't know you're talking to. Yeah? Senator, I must sue some people because there's a video Just can't play them video, them kind of bad word and them kind of thing. But there's video, when all they drink all the rum, why let us go and get on stupid sofa? Go home and sleep. Cussing police officers. You already had the one in Karaku. Yes, I cuss the police. Yes, I cuss them. Let me tell you why I cuss them. No, we don't want to hear why you cuss them. You've disrespected all law enforcement officers. Yeah? My only problem is that the officers didn't arrest you immediately. They should have arrested you on the spot. The moment the first bad word come out, you should have been in a calaboose. I don't care if the place didn't have no roof on it, they should have put you in there still. The moment you open your mouth. Then you have the other one, walking the streets of Guelph, using obscenities, then quarreling about the police and them. They doing us, sewing us up. I can't repeat it on the program. There are children that listening like Zayla. I can't, and Azalea. I can't say them things here. I can't say certain things. Yeah? But using obscenities, and when the police give directives, using your ministerial authority. Ministerial authority does not extend, and let me repeat this. Ministerial authority does not extend to giving commands to the Royal Grenada Police Force, you know. That is the Commissioner of Police, and the ranks of the Royal Grenada Police Force could give directives to the Royal Grenada Police Force. You can ask a favor of senior police officers. You can ask them, you can say, hey, there are a lot of people here. There's a lot of food here, there are a lot of drinks here, and we were wondering if you could give us an additional half hour, or if you can give us an additional hour in the context of what is happening and what has to happen. Because due to what they did and their behavior, which they have since deleted from online, like if people ain't go copy that one time when we see it. Be drunk and put up more videos, we love it. Yeah, like when I was cussing on stage the last time. Make some noise! Yeah? That kind of behavior. And when you take these actions, there are follow-on actions. And you see, if one senior minister believed that they could have cussed the police, no matter the situation, but believed that they could have cussed the police and get away with it. That's what I'm saying. No matter if he's a constable, if you're a RC, we still are RCs. If you're a RC, yeah, whatever you are, they cost you, arrest them. Arrest them. Well, afraid because there's ministers, so what are they going to do? Show you all the police force, take them to court. You're getting double your salary and you still have to put you back inside and give you a rank. Arrest them. If it's me and I were to come and disrespect all you, arrest me. Because I know me ain't coming and disrespect no police. And I've never disrespected police officers. I know me ain't doing that. Yeah? You all have to deal with these things. Don't let them get away with it, because see what's happened now. One get away. Then they had another situation, remember, with one up in St. Patrick, when they stopped at the police roadblock and he tell the police and them F them and drive off. Remember there was another one involving another government minister that meet a roadblock up in the St. Patrick area and tell them F them and drive off. So there are several situations with this disrespect to the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force. And we have to remember that the people in the police force is Grenadian children, you know. It's Grenadian children that they ain't come from Timbuktu or Biafra. They ain't come from the Madras state. They ain't come from Indonesia or somewhere down in Australia or New Zealand. They ain't come from Auckland. They are from right here in Paraclete and in Riversally and Hermitage and Redmond. They are from right here in Mount Granby and in Mount Moritz and in Sanko. They are from right here amongst us. They are our brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews. In some instances, fathers and mothers, aunts and uncles. They are our own people. And I hope they know when they disrespect the police, they're disrespecting their whole family as well. Not because they're police officers and they're agents of the state think that you could talk to them as you want, and if they play, they respond or so, you want to send them on some kind of posting that go cause some problems for them. Officers, don't afraid the court. Don't afraid it. They do that, arrest them. And I know many officers, if they try that to them, they just try the wrong ones. One of these days, they go try the right one. Arrest them. If they play, they get it on like that. The time will come. Yeah? So no, as I said, we ain't forgetting things. I'm still on infrastructure and I have to go back to infrastructure. Yes. Because before the lady have to call, good night to you, lady. I know your day. Hey, Nutmeg State, good night to you too. We need to find out where's the update regarding the Marquis Bridge. Yeah? We need an update regarding the Marquis Bridge. The situation is becoming untenable. It is endangering the motorists. Yeah, the same people only walking around right now canvassing and going by and asking them to vote for you. The same people only going to right now and telling them, because you feel somehow, or you could beat Emlyn Pierre. Telescope, let them know. The same people that take the explosives and drive it through between you, your children, and your grandmother and grandfather and them. The same people that take truckloads of explosive and drive it through all your explosives that they knew were dangerous at the point in time. That is why they were getting rid of it. They knew it was unstable. And they drive it through you in Telescope. You know they're hoping they could get all your vote. The same people that come and close down the programs that Emlyn Pierre was developing for the people of Telescope. You know they're hoping they could get all your vote. They're hoping, among hope and beyond hope, that they could come and get all your vote. Just remember, it's them that drive explosives between all you and nearly kill some of all you. Up to this day, we have never gotten from our official source what took place with that investigation into those explosives. This is going on 2 years later now. 2 years later, a year later, and we cannot get any information regarding any explanation as to what took place. And remember that there was still more explosives left that had to be disposed of. And we haven't heard if they have since been disposed of, how they have been disposed of, what has taken place. We don't expect to get details in relation to things like that for security reasons. The police can't tell you, we're taking some explosives and we're moving it from here to there. Let's be reasonable. They cannot do that. Because people who may have evil intent may try to intercept and get it to use it for nefarious reasons. So obviously the police can't tell you we're moving it. But tell us that it has been safeguarded. Tell us that it has been removed. Tell us that we don't have to worry that sometime in the middle of the night you're driving a truck with it again in front of people building and churches and all of these schools and all kind of, because I don't know if it's day or night all you pass with it. So you don't know if children was in school and all you passing with this thing. We don't know if all you pass in front SAS with it. When SAS had children inside there, we don't know when you all pass with those unstable explosives. And we've never gotten a report. The people of River Road, they're probably happy now that they're hearing, boy, it look like it's having a piti karem, a short dry season. Because other than that, they had to be worrying every time the rainfall or heavy rains come about what is going to happen to River Road. Because this government, 4 years on, instead of giving us action, just giving us old talk and lies. People fed up at the old talk and lies. What they want now is action. The Prime Minister of this country, in Parliament, made the statement that 2 bridges have been procured for River Road. One is supposed to replace the Humpback Bridge. The second is supposed to replace the Steeles Bridge. The Prime Minister came into the Parliament of Grenada and made the statement that 2 bridges have been procured and are on island. 2 steel bridges have been procured and are on island for a fraction of the cost, what it would have cost to do it under what the plan that the NNP had. Now, in 2026, the last we heard a couple months ago, probably back in April, was that now they plan to go back and do the exact thing that the NNP had said had to be done in the first place, which was to cast 2 bridges. They shame. They're walking backwards with their tail between their legs. That's not a nice sight, walking backwards with their tail between their legs. Anyhow, but they shame. So now they have to go back to exactly what they condemn. Oh, it was too expensive and you can't do that, and the engineers say this and the engineers say that. Meanwhile, the people of River Road and the users of the Grenada National Stadium grounds, the students at the schools in the Queen's Park area, all the residents of River Road, the commuters along River Road, the businesses along River Road, everyone is left to face the elements, the danger when rain falls, because this administration on games. And then they have one parading around the tongue of St. George as the original tongue girl. Why ain't make them fix the River Road issue? The road in River Road continues to deteriorate, but the original tongue girl will walk on it to come and try and ask you to vote for the NDC. But she wouldn't make sure that the road is fixed. She's in the cabinet of the country. She has no excuse. She has absolutely no excuse. She's in the cabinet of Grenada. She can make a call, she can request, she can make a proposal, she could be on the back of the Prime Minister as the Minister of Infrastructure to get it done. But they're more interested in your votes than your well-being. And understand that that is the mentality of each of those persons that have been selected as candidates for the National Democratic Congress. And to qualify to be a candidate for the National Democratic Congress, that has to be the mentality that you have. They are more interested in your vote than your well-being. These people don't care about you. If they had cared, that project would have been completed by now. There's no problem with the financing. There's no problem with the design. They just do not care. So you're seeing hole in River Road and they just take a piece of metal and they throw over that. You just throw a piece of metal over that. It's had one, they even throw a piece of plywood over it. Well, he mash up now. They throw a piece of plywood over it. But they come in like if, yeah, the tongue is real. We win in the tongue. We win in the tongue. Win in what tongue? With the tongue in your mouth. That the tongue you go win. Win in what tongue? Your shoe tongue? Your sneakers tongue? That the only tongue? Look at the town of St. George. There's so much. In fact, if you look at the town of St. George, development in the town of St. George has only taken place under a new National Party administration. Yeah, it has only taken place under a new National Party administration on leaving office. There was the development plan, the Greater St. George Development Plan, where you were going to develop around the Carenage. So not going and patch an area, and I think the people are grateful that that area was fixed. But not just patching one area, but redoing the entire Carenage area. Understanding that Grenada, like all other countries, is subject to climate change. And every now and again, we start seeing the water crossing over into the road, so that you would have to raise the height of the road. There are different things that you would definitely have to do, that you must put in place for the people of the Carenage, the businesses on the Carenage and so, that you have to update and upgrade it. Yeah? That there are other things around the town of St. George that need to be done. You look at the town of St. George and you realize, whether it's the market, whether it's the cruise ship terminal, whether it's the bus terminal, whatever the major project in the town of St. George has been, it has always been under a new National Party administration. Whether it's the fish market, for those of you old enough to remember what the old fish market was, to remember what the old abattoirs were, to remember that we used to have to take bus in the market square. There are many of us who are old enough to remember those things. But we also remember that it is the new National Party that made the changes that have been made to the town of St. George, and will continue to make positive changes when it returns to office after the next general elections. So the tongue girl can talk as much as she want. Election night, she go learn the lesson. Hope she have pills for high blood pressure. I hear some of them getting problems with that. 4407377. Yes, I'm going to open the phone lines. Yeah, we need some updates on those things. Need some updates on some foreign affairs things too, you know. What is the latest? What is the final status of Grenada on accepting third country nationals into our country? What is the latest with that? I'm seeing Antigua talking. I'm seeing St. Kitts and them having conversation. I think one of them have St. Kitts receive already. We are seeing other countries speaking about what is happening, how it goes. Right. Grenada has remained quiet to its population. When other countries understand that them working for the population. So their prime ministers and their governments have been speaking to them and saying, this is what we're doing. We're in the process of doing that. This is what we're thinking about. Our government, crickets, silence. Yeah? They don't see us as important to speak to and say, this is what we are doing or this is what we're not doing. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Good night, my love. How you doing?
How you doing? And good night to the Grenadian people, home and abroad. All the visitors is here. Who is going back? Good night. Sheldon, I'll send you something and you can save it for me, please.
Yes, okay.
Save it, hold it for me.
I'm doing it now, yeah.
Save it for me, please. Well, you're talking about the tongue of St. George. All my life I live in the tongue of St. George. Sheldon, look, we have the bus terminal. We have all kind of things. It wasn't for Dr. Mitchell under the NNP. I remember Ray Roberts say the sea go with the terminal. He go in Granans. And that bus terminal day, as a young girl in the tongue of St. George, I saw the buses driving there, passing. That was the seawall, you know. That was the seawall.
Even
Street.
And I'm not even that elder, and I know there used to be the seawall back in the days too. Yeah.
All Grenville Street people and St. Jude Street and Maloney Street, there we used to go and bed. Even where and that supermarket is where them people selling now. All the way NIS. We used to go and bed there, Miami Beach. You had a little step going down there. We used to go and bed there. And under the NNP government, they built up this place. So you know what else bother me and hurt me? Grenadians. Grenadians say, under NNP, in Dr. Mitchell's time, he didn't do nothing. You understand? He didn't do nothing. The stadium, I remember the stadium, was on board. They had we used to go in there when Maurice Bishop and them used to have meeting there. The stadium now is wall and how much chairs was board. All board. I've been there when they had the bomb blast was board. Look at it today. Grenadians take it, Mitchell and the NNP go and he do nothing. So sometimes, Mr. Scott, sometimes when I look back and I hear some people bawling and they crying out, I say, good. I do sorry. I know I'm feeling the pain. I know I'm struggling. I'm crying. I'm bawling. But I know when they was building that terminal, I was by the tunnel. And I remember the white men and some Trinidadians, when I was building they used to pass every morning and buy with 3-5 cigarette. And one day the white man stopped. When he see all meeting falling down, he sent Jeremy Cummins to go in Hobart and buy some boat. I didn't not build the terminal with Zublin. And they build the little White House for me better. Grenadians say, Dr. Mitchell and them do nothing. We just forget quick and we ungrateful. That's it, ungrateful people. You hear me? I remember when they come and they break me little White House. This is Danny Williams was so upset because I used to play nice napkin cold music in the morning. And the Trinidadians and them and all the tourists used to come and buy from me in the corner there under Dr. Mitchell time. And they break down the little White House. So nobody telling me, my mother come out from St. Patrick, but I born in the city. I born in River Road, Nylene Scott. And she left us and go in Trinidad and never come back. And I could give her a history about St. John Street. Miss Michael and Maloney Street, like Tita, Patty Derrick mother, Ava, and them that used to make Sylvan. Tutus, better, Tutus, right on St. John Street. You hear? I could give a history about the town of St. George, because I grew up there. My mother come out in St. Patrick, but she make us in River Road and leave us and go. And under the NNP government, they built up the town of St. George. And they are ungrateful. They're ungrateful. Town wasn't like that. We used to go by, take a header from by Specky and flick over. Anybody that listened to that program, they know I ain't telling no lie. All tongue children used to bathe there. Under NNP government, where them said, see, they go bring it in grand hands. Watch it today. Everybody come in and make $1 on that terminal. Everybody that Grenadians pass in and sell the food, selling the water, selling the nut, and that bus terminal. Under Keith Claudius Mitchell. God bless that man and his team. Despite what? That man do a lot for this country, and we turn ungrateful. It's a sin. It's a sin, children. Even some people don't like him. They don't like him, but he work for Grenada. He built this country. Our family members are calling Grenada right now, they're in Grenada. And they're asking if that is Grenville Street, if that is Young Street. The place changed. And they're born in the tongue of St. George. The place changed. All you have the belly and the guts to say anything, people do nothing. All you just that. Deacon Mitchell are good for all you. Deacon Mitchell. That man, I used to go in the courthouse and sit down to listen case and that Patricia marking them time. And that man is coming in the courthouse with the jacket on his hand. He just saying good morning to nobody. Nobody. The Prime Minister have respect for him. And I have respect for the office he hold. But that man didn't say good morning to people. And for all the years, he ruling Grenada, not one day I see that man pass on the terminal and ask the poor people, even some of his supporters that support the party, how is business? How are you all doing? Or you could say, what are you want about Claudius Mitchell? That man is so always fast. You like him, he pass in and ask how is business, how he doing. Eh? Grenadians are little ungrateful. Are you ungrateful? I don't care what all you say about Miss Kami. All you could write anything, but are you ungrateful? Are you ungrateful? And I will never vote for NEC. Never. Never. These people have no love for poor people. Dr. Mitchell is not in office. Keith Claudius Mitchell, not in office, Shelland. And he does help a lot of us in this country right now. He will pay you water bill and he don't walk in away. He don't hold the office. You just seen a lot of them that has called in the morning and run them out. They should shame to talking about Keith Claudius Mitchell. And they should shame. Shame, Grenadians. And they should shame. And you can't do me nothing. The most I could do, if I only the light cut it, army lamp, and army candle, and army coal pot. I don't want no sympathy, a little bad mind. Whoa. Have a good night, Mr. Scott.
Good night to you,
Have a
Cammy.
good night.
Just
We
thank
can
you
do
so
it
very
now.
much.
And he only long. God go bless him. His food basket will never empty. Miss Yolande, good night. And to Miss Emlyn Pierre, good night. Say, what are you want? Are you there coming? I staying on the ground. When are you coming on? I will catch all you. I don't know to fall again. I staying on the ground, Mr. Scott, you laughing? I
No,
staying
because
on the ground.
I know how serious you are with what you're saying. One thing I know about you, Cammy, you ain't saying,
When they
you ain't
start
saying
to
nothing
fall, I
idle,
will
you know.
catch them.
You ain't saying nothing
I
idle,
will
you know.
catch them. I will catch all you. I'll turn grateful. Even say I don't like the man, give him what he did. Talk about the good things he do. Talk about the good things he do.
It's
That was
like
hurting me.
Cammy, it's like they're trying to
That was
erase.
hurting.
They're trying to erase all that he has done and say that nothing he do was ever
Have
good.
a good night, Grenada. Patricia, good night, Mr. Mr. Thing in America, you know, in the beginning,
Mr.
I get
Watts.
so upset.
Mr. Watts.
Mr. Watts, good night. Matthew and Patty, good night. All my family and friends, my son in America, my daughter, good night, because they don't listen to their mother. And I don't do me nothing, because all my children train. They train under the U.S. government. I can't do me nothing. And I'm born in Grenada. That's my
course.
right to speak when things bothering me. Tell them people, yeah, people that can, they work how much quick so they can get their money. Study to pay the poor people. I don't get it for the election.
School
You
books
think
and
God
uniform.
sleeping?
School books and uniform, and they
God
can't
don't-
pay them.
God is sleeping, you know. God is alive. Good night to everybody. Love you.
All right, Cammy, you have a good one. And folks, what Cammy is saying there is good tobacco, well pressed. Because listen, you even have the situation. I don't know how many of you got that when I did the program last week, because I did do a couple programs last week. The Marketing and National Importing Board, all farmers, give these guys checks. And the check was a rubber check because he bounced right back out the bank. Now, these are farmers. These are people who have children that they have to outfit to go back to school. And it seems I see they put out something about the school book and uniform program now. Because when we talk about things is when they just rush to do it. So they put out some stuff about the school book and uniform program now. But how come parents who in need don't know anything about the school book and uniform program and what they need to do? It seems as though only some parents were informed of things by surreptitious means. While the parents who really in need, they in here juke Jody. They waiting still. Yeah? And Cammy usually says, they can't, let me tell you, they can't come on that Talking Points live and put nothing about Cammy, you know. Let me explain something. Camille Teresa Scott was the first person to call Talking Points. Camille Teresa Scott was the first person to continue when other people afraid to pick up the phone and call back in 2022. Camille Teresa Scott to pick up the phone every night and call. Yeah? And that is why I just never forget people like Cammy. When you're looking for a soldier, there is a soldier. Always pick up the phone and call. Yeah? That is one thing I could tell you. Whatever the issue, she would call and ask a question or make a contribution regarding it. There are many people who support the party and who can call. I ain't talking about those who, because of where they is and other thing, they can't. There are many people who can call. Not just this program, that is one thing. But could call other programs and speak and say what they know for a fact. You see how Camille was able to call and talk about tongue? There are many other people who could do these things. And they just ain't calling, they ain't doing it. Yeah? We have a call online. Hello, good night. Clock it, my dear. How you doing?
Not too bad.
All right, go right ahead.
Miss Kami tonight. Miss Kami talk a book. Sharon, I can remember coming to St. George's when I was about 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
That I was coming on to help my mother in the old fish market that way Mr. Nolly is now living. That Nolly still. And I can remember the other place look at sheet hole. Look, remember that place?
I don't know that one.
When they net and cast, they taking out they had the bamboo basket, taking out all these, skimming the mess on the basket, the big jacks.
Mm-hmm.
So now I used to be there with my stepfather when they cast full in nets, basket that jacks, squirtle, thing used to hold in that like a sheet hole. When down the Esplanade, that way the man had the bar, fish pine bar.
Yeah, I remember
We
that.
go in there, we bathe in. We go on the jetty again where the fish market is right now. And the old jetty, we taking head of day. Me, when there, Charlene, all them boys and them in St. George, they Finbal and the brothers and them. You understand? We used to be there 24/7 when they negotiated for that new fish market day. When the Prime Minister and the white people came and they said, we want to put a fish market day. Miss Henny, Alexis, dead and gone. My mother, Edith, dead and gone. These people have negotiate. Thank God for the Prime Minister, Claudius Michel. Otherwise, it would have been the sun, rain, thunder, still selling our fish and jacks. So we have to thank God, Kid Michel do a lot. So the people are saying that Kid do not, they're too ungrateful against them is coming. Grenadians too ungrateful.
Some.
Tell me.
So let's say some Grenadians. Some Grenadians.
Some. Tell me what NDC, what bill in NDC bill, and say the bill. Tell me what, when the Ivan passed, I could never forget that Chairman Ivan passed. Mr. Nazim Bok passed at the fish market and say, oh, the same like a white elephant, they taking 10 years to build back Grenada. Nazim Bok opened his mouth and said that. And when he said that, I said, I said, what to see you? I don't like you. He said, the white and I said, why are you saying that? I said, I don't like him. This is what they know, challenge. When you hear Rapture go take Superman name, people go say, I can't think about the Superman name, but you see the Superman what they're doing there? And doing Grenadian people, they are very wicked people. They are very wicked children. But the time will come when Grenadian goes out and say, enough is enough. And you, Sheldon, you have a good program, continue the program, and God bless you, and you have a good night.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, folks. And you know what? Yeah, because they're talking, no, this wasn't done by the NDC. This work that you're seeing on the screen there now was not done by the National Democratic Congress. So you know where that is that they're showing there? That is where Ariza is right now. That is where Ariza is right now, is where you're seeing that truck and all them thing passing there. That is where Ariza is right now. Yeah? This wasn't done by the NDC. Show me a project in Tong and tell me that the NDC did that. Show me a project in Grenville and tell me the NDC did that. They tried to claim the market, don't worry, I'm going to put out the video in regarding that soon enough. Yeah? Because there's supposed to be a lot more in Grenville than just the market right now. There was this entire Grenville port project that would have ensured that the Tong at Grenville wasn't flooding like it's flooding right now still. And you would have had the port and all of that. They can't claim the housing projects because we know it's the NNP secured that from the Chinese. So show me, point me to something and say it's the NDC that did that. Let us, show us, tell us. I could show them this. I could say it is the New National Party that did this. I can say that it was the NNP under the leadership of Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. Yeah, will you realize where that is now? Because the buses for Granans, etc., yeah, they had the buses over here and they would put up those little booths and so there. And this is the area right from looking on top the hospital there by where deceased Glenda, she plays there. This is looking at that whole project. That is where the mall is right now, that people have work. That is where it come out from. That's where the mall that the people have work and everything come out from. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Tell I apologize.
Go ahead,
I
my
just
dear.
want to tell Miss Maureen, I know she
You go
listening, to need some fish for me, please. For me children, they're going back. I need some fish if you get tomorrow, please. Maureen, if you get fish, hold some for me, please. $100 worth. They want you to go back in America.
Cammy,
Please.
before you go,
Yes,
Cammy,
sir.
you have cocoa ball?
Yeah. Yes, I have some cocoa.
Because I hear the winter coming up, go be real cold, so then people better come
Yeah,
and
I
get
have
a
some
cocoa.
cocoa.
Nice.
Maureen, if you get the manjay, hold some for me, for them to get to go back.
You have Tam Brand
Have a
ball?
good night.
You have Tam Brand ball?
No, I don't want them brand yet. I don't roll them out yet.
Well,
But you don't roll out
you have
yet.
coconut oil?
No coconut oil, son.
Okay.
But I have cocoa.
When they come, they will get a
I
cocoa.
have cocoa. Eh.
All right.
More you need to get fish. $100 worth. Any fish you get. They want to go back with it. Thank you.
All right, Cammy.
And
Oh boy, sorry, Cammy. Oh dear. Anyway, yeah, go ahead, caller.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Right
I'm
ahead.
okay, man. Okay. Yeah, Sheldon, from the time this government took office, Sheldon, one thing I see that they do it, all the ministers, the prime minister, they fixing themselves. They fixing themselves by joining the CBI program and become agent of CBI.
Well, no, let me
We
correct.
have
Hold on. Let me correct that. They did not become CBI agents when they come in office. They came in office as CBI agents.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure,
It came
because
as
I ain't
CBI,
getting them,
that's correct.
brother man, I ain't getting them no angle to try and sue me. I'm dealing with them
Okay,
up
yeah,
front and
yeah.
straight.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Yeah. So there was that before. And what if Sheldon? Look at what happened again with the Grenada Development Bank. They become ministers. The Grenada Development Bank, that bank was set up to help the poor people to get money to invest in themselves, where they could employ one or two people. But what the government did, they put the cronies as in charge of board of directors. And when the poor man went going there to get loans, Sheldon, it become difficult for them. I remember he had a young man that went there to get a boat and an engine. What they said to him, we could give you the engine, or we can give you the boat. But Sheldon, if you want a boat and engine, and they say they give you the engine, why go do with the engine? What are you doing with the engine? Sheldon, this government and ministers, they fix themselves. Look again, Sheldon, with them, a lot of them ministers and them and the friends. What are they doing? They both buying land, who building homes, who have boats. Sheldon, I remember once said that he has no our 2,000 account, but now he become like a millionaire. So everyone who came in there naked, Sheldon, they have until one say that right now win or lose, is fit for life. Sheldon, this government came in there, Sheldon, instead of they help people who put them there, Sheldon, they helping themselves. While they helping themselves, what they put upon the back of the poor people, Sheldon, more tax upon the poor people. Some of the people that was working under and before the last election, they send them home. They more tax upon them. They don't work in Sheldon, and they don't catch a tail because whenever they go in the shop and tax upon the things, they have to pay. Who work in Sheldon have to pay. This government is not good. And Sheldon, I want to say again to the people who can compete, man. The Prime Minister, he will change candidate. Well, the problem is not the candidate. The problem is the Prime Minister. He no good. And Grenada deserve a leader that inclusive, a leader that will work for the good and for the betterment of every Grenadian. Because when you are Prime Minister of a country, you govern for everyone, not some people. And Shirley, I want to say to the people who are going to carry Compitomatic, Emily Fair is a leader. She have a good team behind her, a team of men and women that they don't come with such a bad job. They become candidate to reach out and to help you and your family develop your lifestyle. Sheldon, have a blessed night.
All right. Thank you so very much, caller. 4407. Oh, let me clear here. 440-7377. You can call us on the direct line. You can call us on the. Let me see if I could call back somebody that's trying to call here. Let me see somebody trying to call. Let me see if I could call back somebody and different people that been trying to call. Let me see if I could get them back. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
How are you?
I'm quite fine. You go right ahead.
All right. When you're talking about he can do nothing for the tongue of St. George, Sheldon, you have a picture with how the hospital it will be before the old Rocking Impress State Hospital.
I will have video of that somewhere. I just haven't pulled it up yet, but I do have video of it, yes. I have video of it existed before.
So let me take from the hospital. You have the hospital, and then you come down. You have the port, St. George's Port. And then from St. George's Port, you have the bus terminal. From the bus terminal, you have the cricket stadium, and that wasn't done under NDC government. That was done under Kit Mitchell, NMP. But Sheldon, as I'm talking on the hospital, I have a problem with the hospital itself. For about 4 Tuesdays back, my little nephew, 4-year-old, he was home and he went to use the washroom to pee. And while he was in the washroom peeing, he called my sister. He said, "Auntie, come." So she rushed now to the washroom. And when she rushed to the washroom, he had a set of blood on his hand. So she asked him, she said, "With all this blood coming out from you, get a cut or something?" He said, "No." So she said, "Where all this blood coming out from?" He said, "I get a from my penis, blood coming out from my penis." So by the time the grandmother pull on his pants and watch his private, a big piece of clot blood.
Okay, let's skip to the hospital part. We don't need all the details.
Okay.
Yeah,
but,
because some people, some people are squeamish. So let me skip to the hospital part. Yeah, go right ahead.
Right. So they rushed him to the hospital, and Shalon, he was diagnosed with cancer. And he had to go and do a surgery to remove one of his kidney. My problem with the hospital, Shalon, is that the doctor, when they bring him to the doctor prescribe a medication that he needs to get in order, while they're making up money to go and do this surgery, because they have to rush him out to go and do surgery.
Okay. How old is he? One second, how old is he?
4 years.
And all you ain't reached me with that information yet, brother? Not telling me that tonight? But go ahead. Yeah. I'll be in contact with you after. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he have a medication that he need to get, Shalon, and these people and them, they only taking him and telling him that they keeping him for months to monitoring, and they not. Every time he go to get the medication, they tell the nurse and then say they don't have the medication. They don't have the medication, but yeah, they keep on keeping him in the hospital, feeding him things that the doctor say that he's not supposed to be eating. Or the doctor stop him from eating meat and all this sort of thing. Or you could be feeding him corned beef and pizza and all this kind of thing, and not
corn
giving him no food.
No. Can't be giving somebody no corned beef.
And all this kind of food that the doctor suggested that he's supposed to be keeping away of. So I want the Minister of Education. So do something with the hospital, please.
Minister of Health. Hold on. Minister of Health.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Minister of Health, sorry. I heard people was talking about the hospital, and I was saying people was just saying things, but now I had my own personal experience with the hospital. They really need to do something with the hospital, because you can't have little children sick and don't have medication. That is so wrong. This is my contributions.
Let me find out. No, hold on. Before you go off, let me find out something. In this case, where is the intention? Where is the intention of sending this child to receive treatment?
They say they have to. They want to ship him to England to do the surgery.
Okay.
They have to remove. Yeah, they have to remove one of his kidney.
One of his kidneys. Wow. All right.
Yeah. Because
furnish me with the call me after the program. On let me give you this number. Call 406 5422 5422. Call me on that number and give me all the information.
Well, his father should be, or his grandfather should be listening the program.
Any of you all call me, so that we could put it all. There's children, and you know me when it comes to children. I think everybody knows me when it comes, especially children in these kind of situations. I just feel it, and I'm feeling it. So make sure one of you all call me, please. All right.
All right, then. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, no problem. See, sometimes why it's good to be a program that does call back people that you miss a call from. Because had I not done that, I would not have known that situation. These things does hurt me. It does hurt me. When I hear children going through those sort of things, it does hurt me. Because I know we should have national health insurance to cover things like that right now. I know. And we have a call on the line. Hello, good night.
I am the voice of one crying out in the wilderness.
Cry out, Pastor. Cry out.
How are you and the boy, Sheldon?
We are good by God's grace.
Wonderful, wonderful by God's grace. Sheldon, for this past couple, about a month, I had some very busy schedules, so I could not have been able to call the program. But I really have to call tonight, and what motivated me to call tonight is the passionate way in which Tommy Teresa Scott has given a very good account of the tongue of St. George and the things that she knew, because I mean you could see that Tommy is a tongue girl. You know,
that is the original tongue girl.
Yes,
original tongue
you know. And serious, for those who don't know, Tommy Teresa Scott, you know, I mean, she's good. She know every corner of St. George's. But you know, the thing that really annoys me as a citizen of Grenada, Caribbean, Pedimatic, over the past 4 years, Grenadian has been elected this present administration into office. And the reason why they were elected into office is simply because of the lies, the propaganda, the deception, and a lot of Grenadian fell for it. And I could take the opportunity to congratulate the Prime Minister for being one of the worst or the best liar that ever born from a woman, with due respect to your mother. That guy had lied to Grenadians. He has deceived Grenadians. He lied his way into office and he got through. But when you look a period of after 4 years, whether they be ministers or whether they be senators, Sheldon Scott, a lot of people will agree with the statement that I make. Let me tell you something. These ministers and the senators had well set up themselves. They are like millionaires. They are like millionaires. When we do the assessment of some of these ministers, before they get into office, do the assessment and tell me what many of them has been achieved before getting into office under the NDC. Some of them had one single transportation. Today they have enough to rent. Some of them obtain trucks. Some of them are buses on the road. Some of them do a place to park vehicle in the yard. They have to ask neighbors to allow me to park vehicle. Sheldon, what I am saying here as a pastor is not to make up story, you know. I seen this thing with my eyes. And after all these years, where they didn't care anything about poor people, never in the history of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pitimatnik, poor people had really suffered under the administration of the NDC under Deacon Mitchell. And I am telling you, now you is coming close to election. You have the guts to try to come back in the front of the door of people after suffering Grenadians for all this amount of years, after deceiving them, after don't care for the poor. You have the belly to come in front the door to go and campaign and telling Grenadians to give you another 5 years in office? Okay. Give me all the evidence to prove and the things that this administration has done to Grenada to make the lives of Grenadians better, in order for we to give you another 5 years to rule that state. Under this administration, Grenada had enjoyed the worst moment, the worst darkness, sorry for saying enjoy, the pains that this administration had brought to Grenadians. The disgrace that the leadership of this country had brought to Grenada. Sheldon Scott, Grenada was recognized in the days of Kit Mitchell. Today, we are shaking hands with dogs. Today, Grenadians are not recognized. Today, Grenadians are a laughing stock to the world. This is the worst era that Grenada had ever faced. Look what is happening to us now. Look at the pressure the United States of America. Watch what we are facing right now. Could you imagine? When do we as Grenadians ever heard that the Scotland Yard had took the opportunity to do their own investigation with the death of Mr. Frederick? When our own police officers and the hierarchy of the police force dismissed, it was not foul play. 5 more years, Mr. Dickon Mitchell and your bunch of cronies? 5 more years to rule that country? Well, we dead. Under the leadership of Dr. Kit Mitchell, a man that took Grenada from the guttermost to the uttermost, one of the best recognized Caribbean leader in the name of the Right Honorable Dr. Kit Mitchell, who made Grenada proud on the map, who had loved the poor, who had helped the poor, a man that did not fight in for a salary. Sheldon Scott, I may be wrong, but I believe in the days of Kit Mitchell, a prominent secretary was getting more money than Kit Mitchell. What was the salary of Dr. Kit Mitchell under the NNP and his ministers? They was just fighting to survive because they love Grenada, Carriacou, and Petermatnick. Mr. Dickon Mitchell, I'm asking you, please, sir, before I put on this phone, you and your senators and MPs, you all has done much harm to this beautiful island which God had blessed us with. You had did and commit atrocity against Grenadians. Do the honorable thing. I believe you come in rich and you will be going out more rich. Stop suffering the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petermatnick. And I am appealing to we as Grenadians. Please, do not vote back this government into office. I'm an old man. I am not looking for nothing. I am not looking for anything. But I'm looking out for my children. And I'm looking out for my grandchildren. Mr. Dickon Mitchell, you and your senators had suffered this country. The lies, the stealing, the broad daylight corruption. Please, Pharaoh, let the people of God go. Grenadians, who is about to go to the poll, a vote for the National Democratic Congress is a vote for your children to suffer. I rest my case. Blessed in Sheldon Scott.
Thank you very much, Pastor. You do enjoy the rest of your night. Yes, indeed, folks. And let's go right back to the phone line. Hello, good night. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good night.
Hi,
good night, talking point.
I'm quite fine. And just before you start, folks, if you know this area, you should know this area. No, there's right in there's right coming up to Cherry Hill there right now. That was while Tropical Storm Lenny, we had storm surge. Yeah, that was that area. And let's make out the area now. Right, that is right way in Cherry Hill there when Tropical Storm Lenny was passing. So when you see it fix up, it's then you see that fix up the area there. That is what it end up happening to it. That is where the water is coming. And that is when the water was good. It was worse than that. Yeah, go right ahead, my friend.
Yeah, Sheldon. Yeah, when I was thinking about me, the train I thought was there and it didn't go, but it's there. But what on my mind tonight is that for the last couple of years, for the last 2 years, there were major instances of disasters in Grenada. And our Prime Minister, Mr. Deacon Mitchell, has not addressed the nation in a national address. Now, I saw over the carnival season, I think it was either Sunday or one of them days there, from the office of the Prime Minister, thinking there's an address from the Prime Minister, and lo and behold, it's his press secretary. So the Prime Minister is too important to come and say, Grenadians, diasporans, be safe for the carnival. He himself he didn't make a comment, he sent his press secretary. That alone shows the care this man has for Grenadians and people abroad. If you all cannot see what I am seeing, Sheldon, from Deacon Mitchell go right down to the senators who he has around him, each and every one of them, and I have no apology, like it or not, has benefited under Dr. Keith Mitchell as Prime Minister. Be it however, they work under him, they go to school on them, because all of us are on the same age. And some of them younger than me by far. So when you have senators cussing police, you have ministers, who's probably the youngest minister in the OECS, probably one of the youngest, cussing and doing this thing on lives on Facebook, and they said, oh, well, they are human and they can use the technology and all this kind of nonsense. No. When you are a minister, a prime minister, a governor general, a police officer, you are looked up to as a person in authority, and thus you're supposed to show decorum and respect. This is not your house. So don't come and tell me, oh, you're human and you're alive. You purposely do that. And you lost your cool, come back to the greater people and apologize. Right? We, in a democratic state, we need to see these kind of things. Because guess what will happen? Unlike the old folks who will be cussing Dr. Mitchell every day, cussing Mrs. Pierre, cussing everybody on the NMP, calling us all kind of names. Dumb, stupid. Just name it. They're calling us and they're still doing it. And we're responding. Yes, like you said last session, we can become so. But please do not. NMPIs, please do not. Look at the prize in front of you. Look at the goal. Get yourself registered. Work with your candidates. Whoever will be ready for the next election. Team leaders, get yourself on the ground, because this thing is serious. What this government is doing with this Deacon Mitchell, they are putting things in place for whoever, whenever they win the next election and is an MP that will win, we have a lot of mess to clean up, right? That is the reason why they are doing what you call a grab right now. And I am getting to the point right now that I am fed up of it. Because what you said last session, concerning a certain page, if they can do that, that means they can do it to any one of us that have our actual page and they actually know who we are. Because my page is real. That's me. You understand? I don't give a damn about them on Facebook. I can see what I want. Let us sue me. But I wouldn't say I want, because I know the consequences. But when I say something, I will say it once I have the facts, and I will say it. This NDC government is doing things, and they are putting us in a situation where once they're out of there, we, the Grenada people, will have to pay, and the next government and the next prime minister, the next female prime minister in Grenada, Honorable Pierre, will have to fix this whole place again under an NMP government. Shall I have a good night?
All right, thank you very much, caller. Yes, indeed, folks. So 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah. Somebody asking me about the Prime Minister travel. Well, folks, for those of you that may not know, the Prime Minister has left the state, and he is, well, we don't know if he's arrived already, but he was on his way to Spain. And from Spain, he had to head down to Qatar in the Middle East. I didn't realize the Middle East is a safe place to go right now. He's carried the Minister of Finance with him. So we assume that he's looking for money. Because we know Project Polaris is still Project Bush. Right? No. Project Polaris is Project Bush. They know we da talk about Heroes Park and the bush. They run quick and cut the bush in Heroes Park so that people go think something happening. They nothing happening there. They spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on that area. Hundreds of thousands of dollars they spend. Yeah? On Heroes Park. And I just let you all see things that NNP had to fix. While I'm talking, I just hear you. Don't need to see my face. See things that NNP had to go and fix now. Yeah? That is what NNP, that is 1999, December or November 1999. Tropical Storm Lenny. Yeah? All the tornado flood. Yeah? We have a call on the line. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Not so bad on you.
Oh, you're sounding very muffled and I'm not sure why, my friend.
You find so?
No, I'm hearing you muffled, but go ahead. Go ahead. I think I can
You hear me
fix
again?
it.
You hear me now?
You go ahead.
Yes, what I'm calling tonight to say good night to my NNP supporters, my friends. Mr. Scott, I see you playing some clip there. I'm watching you, your interview and stuff like that. I see you playing some clip there. And I don't know if it's possible you could send sleep and then for me.
Send
I want to show people
tell them watch the program.
They don't watch the program.
Here's the problem. The size of these things are
all they just go by propaganda. So I want facts. And what you have there to send them from me, I'll be grateful.
You see the size of these things. Hold on. No, let me explain to you.
Whatever you play, I just go down on the walk and show them.
The size of these clips are too big to send via WhatsApp. That is the main problem I'm having. The size of them is too big to send via WhatsApp. So people has asked for it and I can't necessarily send it because the size of the clips are too big. In case people realize, hold on, caller. In case people are wondering where you're looking at there, that area is where the mall is right now. What you're seeing there is where the mall is right now. And as I mentioned to some folk, there were waves hitting. What you're seeing there is the NIS building. And where Pitch Pine Bar was there, and there were waves hitting that building and coming over it. Just in case all you didn't know. Go right ahead, caller.
What I'm saying, if the NNP hasn't done anything, why then you showing all these clips? Why these trucks jogging big stone? Where the blind people are living in Greyhound? Where the Pitch Pine Bar was? Remember the health center was right?
Well, this is what the Pitch Pine Bar. This is where the Pitch Pine Bar was that they're showing there now.
That's correct.
That area.
And I could remember when the black that I was walking bus. See what are coming over the NIS building. Today we have the mall right there. And you telling me that's not progress? Tongue change. NIS building has a roof, a 12 roof. I remember that, a 12 roof. There are old ladies who sell hats, something like that. Where they want to pull out when the sea blast coming. One big wave in a killer inside it. And you see the changes, you see the difference when you go to town. You see town develop by the Honorable Dr. Chip Mitchell, and you're still the same, and they have not anything. Well, we don't have to be blind. We have to be blind. We have a hospital in Guam. A hospital to the care the people of God. We have to go to town. Look here, an incident just after the carnival morning. Monday morning, I'm at Tuesday. You have to rush to go to town when you could have just go there. We had everything put together there. I remember when Alvin Dabber was in office and the reopening of the hospital in Guam. We went there. I went there. There's certain rooms we couldn't go through. Yeah? Certain rooms they didn't want us to go through, but we could have seen the X-ray. You could have seen also parts where they tell you, well, you could have come to an area where you could see they will do surgery. We have all these equipment there to take care. And you have a facility, a blessed facility in Guam. You have a place when you come in, we take you in, boom, and carry you in. Today you have nothing. All of these the X-ray machine. You have a big. Yeah? You go to the health center, When the doctor give a prescription in your hand, you have to go for medication. When you go for medication, you go on. And they say they bring the medication in. Huh? But it's time for these fellas and they can't manage the country. They can't make it. Give it up now. And go. We will take care of it. Give us back. We know what to do. They can't make it. You could see that they can't make it. Right now, my partner tell me 4 months now you don't get paid. Your children to send to school. Huh? 4 months now, the man don't get paid. And others tell me, by Duncan, weeks now I don't get my salary. What's going on? You tell us your money. Eh? How much million you get like you sell passport, $1 billion about a passport. And you still get you come and you get all this money in the treasury. You come and get money from the insurance. Eh? And you can't take care of the people who've been in the car and money. If you want to see trouble, so argue with the pastor. They can't care about nobody. They can't care about themselves. I could never call these people honorable. I can't say about this. Not my prime minister. Could never be prime minister. Prime minister don't treat people like that, brother. I could never have respect for this man and them, and I've always said that. I could never respect this man and them. If you're treating people like that, and if you give people water in the home, water, they couldn't pay for it. Dr. Michel seat to let the poor people. You take it out. And you tell me you don't care about people. But you can move beyond to all you. Move beyond to all you. How to evil to treating people so bad. How to taking advantage of the people who are really like to Martinique. And these are the people who want to vote for all you and put all in office. And today all you don't care. All you don't concern. All of a sudden to full all your pocket. Don't be human being. You want to pay. She have big mansion in Miami. They go up more and more stories up in the sky. Eh? You're getting $24,000 a month. Eh? Why you don't say you will help people? When now you sit down in government and you want to cause police. I saw the police in Guinea. I just beg the police in Guinea. Let another guy see he saw the police in Guinea. Should lock up. You set example. She don't care about Guinea. These people don't like poor people.
All right.
But they have their heart for people. When him fixing us at the road, people go to the road, and he said, the road. Sheldon, have a good night, man.
All right. Thank you very much, caller.
Right now, Sheldon, right now, he just walking near Sheldon to see people in trouble, Sheldon.
Don't let it hurt you. Do the work. All right.
Do the work.
Do the work. That's what you have to do. Do the work. All right.
I work in night and day.
Okay, my brother. You have a good one.
Yeah,
all right. 4407377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. 4407377. And let me see. Yeah, no, we still have more questions. We aren't done with questions. We have more questions because we want to find out how come Antigua government writing to the US and asking about the visa restrictions. Because let me explain something. The child we're speaking about now, they have to send that child now to the UK for medical treatment for the kidney and the cancer and that sort of thing. Previously, there are hospitals in the US that would have freely taken that child to sort out that particular issue. And let's go to the phone line. Okay, we lost that call. They would have taken that child free of cost. You would have just had to get the child up there. And they would have done the treatment for that child in the US. You know the problem now? Even a sick 4-year-old child can't get a visa to go to the United States because some people didn't realize when they want to go and hug up Noriega and them, when they want to go in parliament and make certain statements about take visa, that it wasn't their visa alone that was going, it's all of us that was ending up in the problem. Yeah? We have a call on the line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello? Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, caller. Go right ahead. You're live.
I remember one time on a person where original way Lacroix and them was there, and become a turn, so become I try to build away from them where they have already hit me from the head to the foot. to go in one of them building and take off my clean clothes that my stomach with and put on back the dirty clothes to come home. So I don't know what these people are them talking about that Dr. Keith Mitchell. Don't do nothing. I used to go in tongue in the original tongue before and I standing coming back there and when I was coming out from work you could see from where originally from Foodland Grant and Dagon would come right there cutting and Dr. Keith Mitchell doing work. Have a good night.
All right, my brother. Let me say something. If you're not old enough to shop in any of the following, Cromwell Scott. If you wasn't old enough to shop in L.H. Evans, or what's that next one that used to be where they have that office there now, across some courts. If you wasn't old enough to shop in these places and them, can't talk to me about tongue. So if you ain't old enough to have shopped in L.H. Evans by Bobby and if you wasn't old enough to shop there, if you wasn't old enough to have went into Cromwell Scott or Singer, you can't talk to me about tongue. You just hear anything. You know nothing about tongue. 4407377. Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, good night.
Sheldon.
Good night, my dear.
Sheldon, you know one thing about you? I just be so happy when I get onto the program. Because, Sheldon, you are the one who equipping Grenadians with all the information that you need. Because the person who's supposed to be there, he is a player. He tried to play cricket, but he can't play the ball.
Don't remind us of that one, eh?
So what he doing now? He just running all about the ball dodging him and he dodging and the ball dodging him. So he can't catch the ball. Because the thing about it, now I am happy that you said about that he gone, because nobody know when he slip out and he's slipping in. Mm-hmm. He like okra in water. So I want to know where the okra, where he getting the okra from. Because all he had is all white tug-alongs here behind him. They line like hell. Them go to hell already, and they know how hell is. So when them come in and talk to people, it's a set of lies that they're trying to see they could fool people with. But as I tell them can't fool me. Because Dr. Keith Mitchell is my friend from ever since. Whether he was in office, whether he was out of office, that is my friend up to now. And nobody could tell me anything about my Dr. Keith Mitchell, because I know him inside out, outside down. He could say, man, go get water in the river. And I asked him how I get in there. I go in and take the water and bring it for him. Because I know he's a good man. And God bless his mother. And God bless his family. Because if that mother didn't take care of him, he wouldn't have been the person he is today. And he's still continuing to be the person that God wants him to be. When you see the so-called Prime Minister come in the church, the man don't stay a minute in the church, he gone, because the devil called him, so he had to go. But Dr. Keith Mitchell stay until the mass finish and take his mother home. That is the love he's showing. He's showing them that the love he has. And they can't take a page out of a book. Yeah? They can't take a page out of a book. Sheldon, I remember, well, I used to go to the school with the barracks. You know the barracks is by Andale?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
I used to go to school there. And I remember we used to go in the mouth of the tunnel. There was a man used to have cone shell there. And we used to go and get a little broken cone shell because we didn't have money, our parents didn't have money to give us. And we go in and we get a little cone shell, we glad. And right on the other side there, Sheldon, was a beach, black sand.
Mm-hmm.
And coming up a little, before you meet Esplanade, it had a tree right in the back there, and he had a little seat. People used to go and hang out there.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had to walk over to go to Pitchpine Bar. Then
Yes.
they had the thing as a swimming pool right on the side there. Then he had the old toilet. Then he had the very trees. And then he had them people and them that selling the little produce for the tourists and them. You're passing through the iron and you're going up to NIS. Eh? Sheldon, I want us to have a forum, a forum to get a few people to sit down and talk about that. When them done, they're talking about Dr. Keith Mitchell ain't do nothing. Yeah, he ain't do nothing, but them ain't doing nothing. If they say he ain't doing nothing, them ain't doing nothing. Only a sort of life and mischief and all kind of things they're going on with. As you talk tonight and you talk about when the storm surge, I walk on rope. By Cheryl come up to
Yes,
my home.
they had to put a rope across, yeah, for people to get down, yeah.
To get watch, Chelan, it's a memorable time, and I used to sing. So when the storm surge and thing and the hurricane and thing, I used to say, Lord Jesus, everybody saying, Grenada ain't go build back now. Wait, that Dr. Keith Mitchell is so wise and clever. That man I don't think he used to sleep, you know. He used to sleep, you know, but he used to sleep like a cat. Because his eye open and he move in because he know what he all about. Because he had a love for people and a joy in his heart for people. He could never sit down and see people suffering so badly and don't get up and get. Eh? These people are only going, they're going, they don't get nothing. They're coming back, they don't say nothing. So what is sense? We come like little, well, I don't know, we slave master children, and they're making sure they tie we foot with chain and all kind of things, so we can talk and we can walk, but we go act. They have to get out of this. They have to get out of this. They have to get out by the hook and the crook. They could do all kind of nastiness. All kind of nastiness what they want to do. Let it go ahead. But God is standing by our side. And I know that my God is real. Mm-hmm. And I know He's real in my heart. And I know with the words of Bob Marley, He will never let us suffer under these people and them. The king has to go. He has to go here and the people. And you see this other line Tom that come back there? Line Tom that come back there? You see going and you only clipping him out tight. Wickedness are the inside. Shelan.
All right, my dear. You have a good one.
You.
Love you as well.
And I love you because you don't feed me with information. So
I tried.
know, and it's not only me. You don't feed us with information because we don't know what's going on.
All right, my dear.
Yes.
Thank you so
and
very
have a
much.
Good night and take care of yourself.
Same to you. And folks, I'll have to go a little past the because I see a lot of calls coming in that I need to answer. And I want to give everybody the opportunity to have their say. Go right ahead, caller. So we'll be going a little past 10. Go right ahead, caller.
Sharon, good night.
Good night, my dear. How are you?
I'm there.
All right.
Sharon, I remember when we first heard about the U.S. taking actions against Grenada, mm-hmm. I said there is more to come. Mm-hmm. Sheldon, do you know that, okay, let me put it like that. We all know of Grenadian women who went up to the States to have their baby or their baby. Some of them when they have the first child and then they went back, mm-hmm. they have the second one. And so, you know what is happening now, Sheldon?
Now tell me.
If these parents go up to the state with the children, they have to one, either leave the child in the state, or two, or return to Grenada with the child. That's the choice. And that mother visa would be cancelled and would not be allowed to enter the US. That is what
so you're saying now they're checking the files. So okay, someone living in Grenada here, their child is in secondary school, but the child was born in the US. They went and they gave birth to that child in the US. If said person decides now, okay, it's August vacation, let's run to the US for 2 weeks. You're saying now that that parent, that they will be denied entry into the United States.
They
And
will
they
be
then
denied
have the
entry
option
into the United States.
of whether the child would be allowed to stay in the States. The child would have the option of to go, or the parent would bring them back.
parent has the
option to
because
leave
remember
them.
the child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have the
Either
option.
you can leave the child, you can leave the child, or you return with the child.
So that has been happening to
And
people over the past few weeks.
That has been happening. That has been happening. I speak with a relative today in the States.
Wow.
She told me, yes, that has been happening. Persons who go up and they go to the hospital and they incur a bill to the hospital, they would ask them to pay that bill, because most of them go up, they go to the hospital, use the hospital facilities, leave a bill there, and they would ask them to pay that bill. I said it, the worst is yet to come. Persons who have their visas and they think, well, okay, well, I have my visa expiring in 2030, 2029. You know, I can travel to the US, fine, no problem. But remember, you went up to the US and you had a child in the US. So now that, as you said, school is on holiday, you're taking that child up to the US. When you reach, you would not be allowed entry into the US. Your visa will be cancelled, and you have a choice. You either leave the child or you return back to Grenada with your child. This is happening in the US, Sheldon.
You see, my friend, it lends again to what I mentioned earlier. When people make useless statements, when they make nonsensical statements, there are consequences, and the consequences are not necessarily only to the person making the statement, but the people that they represent as well. So now you have, listen, I know this thing, I hear about what happened with this child, they hurting me, huh? It really hurt. I ain't lying to tell you, it really hurting me.
Yes, with this child, you know, with this, that has to get this medical attention. Another thing again, persons in the US, persons living in the US, maybe those that have the permanent residence or the citizenship, see how they will be affected. What I was told, what I understand is that, okay, let's say I go up, I have a child up there. Well, you know, the child has been given the social security number or whatnot. You, as a citizen up there, you use that and you're claiming for the child for me. The child is not yours. How it is being done, well, you know, you have twist and turn in everything, how to get around things. You would claim for that child, because I cannot claim for the child, although the child have the social security. I cannot do anything for the child. So you would do that for the child, collect that money on behalf of the child, and if you share it with me or whatever the case may be, this is another thing that is being looked into in the US, Sheldon, and these persons in the US that are doing that, they will be penalized for that. They will be penalized for that.
My goodness.
Mark today's date. It might be a year, 6 months, or when after, you would say, I did make that statement on your program. This is what is happening now in the US. It is said that oh gosh, I'm trying to remember how it goes. But anyhow, one man shit hit the fan. One man shit hit the fan, and we all smelling it. And you know, Grenadians saying, oh, we can go elsewhere, we can do this, we can go. Look at this poor child now. It would have been easy for that child to go to the US. Sometimes maybe that child have
because
an
let me
aunt
explain.
or uncle.
Not only that. There are hospitals in the United States that have medical missions in Grenada every now and again, and some of them specific regarding pediatric and cancers and so on. They identify children, and even if they do surgery on them here, they still request that they come to the United States, and they organize everything for you to get to the States. Or sometimes they would say the surgery needs to be done there, as my little Kalani, and then they would bring you up to the States, and you do what you have to do there. At base cost, the parents probably just have to find whatever money to survive, but to get there, and so on. And they take care of everything else over there. That is no longer an option now. Because you're talking 20,000, you're talking 15,000, or at the very least 5,000 US per person. So for the child each parent, so 15,000 at least you're talking about there, 60,000 at the upper end for all three of them, 60,000, and we're talking US here, for them to go to the United States. That's the bond that has to be held by the United States. Which average Grenadian family has 60,000 US to place on bond in the United States?
I don't know. Shalom, I know of a gentleman. His mouth is wide more than Granite and Lake. That goes up every year to do medical in the US at the expense of the US.
Mm-hmm.
At the expense of the US. I want to see what would happen now. Every year, he goes up to do medical. And he goes up there, as we know, he go to the famous hospital. You don't pay no money, nothing. That is at the expense of the US. I want to see what he would do now. So long, have a good night.
All right, my dear. 4407377. That is the number for you to call and get on the inside. We're going to stay on for an additional 5 minutes because I know one or two people were trying to get on. Some people tell me about everybody's nine. That whole. I don't know about shopping at everybody's. If you tell me DeGale Supermarket, LH Evans and them kind of thing, Christmas coming, you tell me about Patel and them back in the days, W.E. Julian, that was the name I was looking for earlier. You tell me about them place, and no. You tell me about Pebbles on the Carenage, and you tell me about the other restaurant on the Carenage there that's slipping by Food Fair. Yes, but you see, everybody's eyeing that old. Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah, bro, your question again. The question I got is that when those greedy people in the parliament raise their salary, did they give all the members of cabinet, not cabinet, but parliament, the increase, or they just took it for themselves?
No, they did increase, but remember, there's the parliamentary stipend and then there's the governmental salary. So while you had an increase in the parliamentary stipend that all MPs are getting, whether senator or you're a member of the House of Representatives, where they gave themselves the really significant increase is as government ministers. Now, the members on the opposition benches are not government ministers, so they don't get that increase. So it's more than one set of increase that they got. They got the increase, and I think Grenadians need to understand this. They got an increase in the parliament, and then they got an increase as ministers. It's two set of increase. Yeah, so it's not just in the parliament. They got one in parliament, but then they got the one in the cabinet as well, as a cabinet of ministers.
And they won't even pay the people them scrunting to make they work.
Man, but tell me, even after all this time, are they deserving of the increase they receive?
No way at all. They didn't do nothing for it.
In every single ministry, it's been failures. Are they deserving?
All the unfinished work from the NNP is still on the ground, and they don't get it done. What they try to start, they don't do. What they try some bubble to spend some more money to their friends and their loved ones, and leave the country in a struggle. And as well, one of the callers before said, when they make all a mess and go now, is the next government coming behind now to clean up and to scratch your head to make put the country back afloat.
We are the ones that have to come and fix it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, my friend.
Well, have a good one, and we'll just keep on praying, man.
Thank you very much, my brother.
All right. Okay.
They say prayer without works. Nah, you have to pray and you have to walk too. Yeah, even if you're outside of Grenada, pick up the phone, call your relatives. Yeah, especially those that you find wavering. Yeah, you have to be havering to those that you find wavering. So you have to call those who may have drifted far away from home and say, it is time to come home, and the home is in the house. Yeah? The home is in the house. So it is time to come home. Yeah? And let me see if there's anyone else trying to reach us. I'm just giving 2 minutes for anybody else that was trying to call, because I still think I missed one or two. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that we give everybody the opportunity to call and that we are clear for tonight. Because, folks, we're going to close off. And no, we don't have program tomorrow night. No, I'm not going back with the Friday night yet. Next week, we're going to start back with the Friday nights. We're not quite starting back with Friday night tomorrow night. We're going to start back next week with the Friday night. So this will be our final program for the week this week. But let's take what will be our final call for tonight. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Good night, Shalom. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm quite fine. You go right ahead. You're live.
Yeah, I know that. My thing is right. I just want to ask you a question. That incident that happened in Grenada with the two young ladies, did the Prime Minister ever address it?
No. You're speaking about the one earlier this week, or last Saturday. I think it was last week.
Yeah, on the beach. On the beach.
No, I haven't heard any statement from him regarding that.
Oh, because I'm calling from New York. And another thing I want to say is, you see this man, the former Prime Minister, Dr. Kit Mitchell.
Yeah.
I'm a young man, but I could tell you, what this man did for me. I never talk about it. I remember when I was sick and I have to travel to the United States to do a heart surgery. My mom didn't have no funds, and my mom go to this gentleman in Happy Hill. I can never forget it. I was a young man, and this man tell my mom, you know what, don't worry, I'm gonna take care of it for you. With his own money, this man sent me and my mom to America, to New Jersey, to the Heart and Lung Center to do surgery. I'm 50 years old today. Because of this man, I'm alive. So I just want to tell people, when they're crying on this gentleman, Mr. Kit Mitchell, he's a very good man. This gentleman is a that was the best Prime Minister I ever knew in my entire life. So people have to be careful what they say about this gentleman. I don't take part in politics, but you see this man, he's a very good man.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you so very much, my brother. Yeah, you know, Peter Tosh have a song, I want to testify what God has done for I. Yeah, man, sometimes you have to testify and say what it is. Because you see, there are people that are trying to erase the record of not just Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, you know. They're trying to erase the record of the new National Party in total. So they want to make people feel that everything that took place under the NNP, something was wrong or something was bad or something. They're trying to erase totally the record of the new National Party. We cannot allow them to do that. That is why I'll always pull out my dip in my bag and pull out footage and show them. You can't talk to me about Tongue. You wasn't there when Royal Castle opened. You don't know about Chef Castle. Can't talk to me about Tongue. You never went and take picture by Fraser's photo studio or Peter's photo studio. You never go by Peter's up in Grenville when it's Christmas time to go and get your picture against the fancy background with your friends. You can't talk to me about development. You're just rich. And the Prime Minister has no excuse. He's just 1 year younger than me. 1 year younger than me. So he knows everything that I'm saying here. He knows. He's being dishonest when he makes those statements. Because as far as we know, it's here he was living. He went out and studied and so, but it's here we know him to be living. So he is seen, even if you're studying and you was outside of Grenada and you come back in, you would see the developments that have taken place over the years. So when you make those dishonest statements, you can't expect people to take you seriously afterwards. You can't expect people to listen to you and expect truth to be whispered, to be screamed from your lips. We know it's only lies you're hissing out. Lie on top lie on top lie. They just be upset with me, you know. Me ain't care. Come and say what I say is not the truth. Come and prove what I say is not the truth. Come and show Sheldon Scott lying. Come and prove that I'm lying. I put my facts forward, put forward yours. Video evidence. Put it forward. Show me what NDC doing Tongue. Show me under an NDC government what was done within the confines of the Tongue at St. George. You can't even claim the fort that fixed because it was the NNP find the financing, the NNP get the design, the NNP get the architects, the NNP that do everything except do the actual construction. It just happened to take place under NDC, so you can't even claim that. Whether it was changing from the Green Bridge to the bridge that's there now, whatever it is, it has always been the new National Party to develop the Tongue. The only original tongue girl we know is Camille Teresa Scott. That's the original tongue girl. Well, them beating the chest already like they win tongue. We go see what happened with that one. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here. Yes, Sylvester Photo Studio 2. Yes. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here. And whatever you say, and oh boy, somebody call it. Let me take that call. I was going to close off, you know. Oh, well, oh no, don't tell me they hang up. I was going to take your call, you know, but you hang up. Folks, and everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. And that is all the time we have for tonight and this week. We'll be back on Monday with Talking Points. So yes, we'll not be on tomorrow night, unfortunately, but we'll be back on Monday night because I'm shifting from one system to another. I want to test it out and so I don't want to do that tomorrow night. So I'm just shifting off and so we're back to Monday night with Talking Points for you, and we're going to start off by showing you some, we have some videos we want to show you. So we're going to start off on Monday, showing those videos. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to show you some videos, and then we're going to go into our discussions. Love each and every one of you. I want to thank all of you that have called into the program, all of you that have assisted in whatever way possible. We are thankful for whether it's 50 cents you put, or you put $5, you put a 10, a 20, whatever it is. We want to thank each and every one of you for making Talking Points possible. Because this is not Sheldon's show. This is your show. I want to thank you for continuing to support us. Folks, have a wonderful night, a wonderful and safe weekend. For those of you traveling back to your various destinations outside of Grenada, those of you traveling back to Canada, the US, to Trinidad or the Caribbean islands, those of you traveling back to the UK and further afield, we just want to say safe journeys to each and every one of you. We love you and we hope to see you home soon to smell the spices right here in Grenada. I am out.
Everybody knows that many heroes has lived and died among us, but it's only after they dead and gone they seem to get some recognition. But while some of them live, they suffer and grieve for basic necessities, and then to add more insult to injuries, they crying long tears for the disease, but not to study them when you hear they opening up their mouth. No, when Larry was alive, a rose spread fruit was his only growth. But on the day he passed away, so many nice things did he say. I had to wonder if it's the same person they was talking about. I don't want no happy hour, no light candles on my head. No, no, give me flowers before I dead. No crocodile tears, enough of that had been shed. I said to give me flowers before I dead. Before I dead. Before I dead. I said to give me flowers before I dead. You could say I'm a good man right now. Do it now, no. Andre Fletcher, Uriah Peters, David Beckett, Woods and Waditi, Ajamo Junior, Maury and Calgary, Mr. Killer and Kirani, Shama Wesley Smith, Timothy Atwine, and Kitisha, just to name a few. Whether or not you like Dr. Keith Mitchell, he made a great contribution too. So we have to pay tribute to the local heroes we have right here. Give them the honor they deserve before they disappear. Try to do it in advance if you don't want no guilt on your conscience. After they're dead and gone, what you do as they have no importance. So give me now instead cocoa, fish cake and bread. Give me flowers before I dead. before.